Alright, I don't know what channel I'm going to put this on, so it could be on all my channels, but we'll make it an electronics video, kind of. So this is a game thing, it does work, it's quite cool. It makes lots of sounds, so there's nothing really wrong with it, except for one small thing. The right button doesn't really work. So I'm going to quickly take it apart and see if we can clean it up and make it work. Because hopefully it isn't too bad a problem. Because the game isn't, like, you can actually play it for a little bit, but it would be a lot more fun if the button worked. That's not a very good screwdriver for this. So 1, 2... That's that one out, and that's that one out. So this game was made in 1981 in Tokyo, Japan. No, it was designed in Japan, but made in Taiwan in 1981. So it's called Twinvader, if you didn't see the... Twinvader 3, apparently, according to the back. Isn't that ant there? It doesn't say Twinvader 3 on the front, but it does say it on the back here. So it takes a bunch of batteries. We may have to take the batteries out. It's a bit confusing as to... Oh, there we go. Or maybe we don't, but we probably should, just in case something bad happens. So we'll take the batteries out, and I have a terrible history of breaking things when I take them apart. So I have on occasion actually repaired things successfully. So we've got like some, promise. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It has the standard microcontroller thingy that these things had back in the day there. But we're not interested in that, and we're not even going to remotely touch it. We just care about this bit here. I need to take this part off. So screw one. And it looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of work. So that's a bit annoying. So, where did I put it? Alright, so these little bits here, I'm not going to zoom in, but there's little tiny things that you have to reorientate in order to take. It's not just held in by screws, which is a bit mean, really. They're probably going to snap off, actually. Hopefully they don't. What a mean trick. I've never actually seen anything do this. Alright, so now hopefully... I didn't actually have to take that apart. That was just for the switch. So the switch works fine. So that was a dumb thing to do. So we'll just put it back the way it was. Except I've forgotten which way around they all went. I don't think that does matter, actually. I should probably twist it back. Alright, there we go. That's fine. So here we go. So that's interesting, isn't it? It's actually got up and down buttons, but these are like actually not able to be pushed. So that's interesting as well. Now we have to make sure that stays in the right place. So the problem is going to be that this just needs to be cleaned. So either this needs to be cleaned, that looks quite fine, and that looks fine. This thing here is the thing that looks a little bit dodgy. I see people on the internet, they replace those. But I don't have any means to do that, so I'm just going to spray it with isopropyl alcohol and then clean it all off. There's a bit of dirt on there, like it's not perfectly clean, which is what you want, right? Because I don't want... Oh, look at that one. That one's got a lot of dirt on it, and that one's never even used. These buttons don't even get used. So it is great. I mean, they must have just used the same generic keypad thing for all the games. And so they have the potential for extra buttons. I love if actually you press that button during the game, it actually moves up and down. I think it's going to be too much effort to try and to see if that actually did happen. I can't imagine that would be the case. Why would that actually be the way it would go? So let's just finish this off. Help the stuff to disappear. Evaporate, that's the word. And there's a bit of dirt there. I'm not too fussed about the dirt. We might as well clean these ones. Actually, we might as well clean those ones as well. I didn't really have to spray it 5 times today last time. So just the once will do. And they look a lot better when you clean them, actually. You can clearly see. You probably almost certainly can't see on the camera, but you can clearly see that there is something that's there that wasn't there before. Oh, actually, maybe that's just that the black stuff's just coming off. That would be terrible. Well, it doesn't look like it's coming off completely. We'll just clear it away. What have I made it worse? How would I rebuild this? Well, I was thinking actually, why don't I just replace the switches with nicer switches, like proper. What are they called? The nicest switches. Probably have one on my desk. The ones with little springs and stuff, and they make clicky sounds. Not these silly little pad things. Alright, that has to stay there. Alright, well we have to clean this bit as well. We're not going to go crazy. Just going to go... and just that one there, and there, and there. It's quite dirty around that area, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that dirt. And we'll just clean it up there. It doesn't really need too much. It's just one button. Everything else works sweet. Well, I mean, I think everything else works sweet. I haven't really had enough opportunity to press the left button because it's very hard to get right. It does work though. You can actually move right. You just have to have perseverance. Okay, so that little thing has to go. I kind of wonder if it's better to take this and just stick it over the top first, and then stick that. I don't think that's actually a good idea. No. We'll put the switch on. And just cross our fingers and hope that it goes in. It went in, yay! Alright, so let's put the screws back in, and this will be the quickest video ever. So if this is my normal Lego channel, this is going to be a slightly different thing. And if this is my electronics channel, sorry I haven't made any videos for a very long time, but I have been working on some very cool projects, which I will be featuring on this channel at some point. So I am going to return soon. In fact, I'm making a few projects to feature on this thing, plus a few extra little educational things. Alright, so I have to just put this back together and hope nothing breaks. If there's anything else interesting to look at, that does look a bit grimy in places, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it looks fine. So, anyway, there won't be that much exciting stuff on the back. It's quite interesting that the screws are like at an angle, because they're not there. They go in it like that way, and the board's that way. You don't see that too often. Anyway, putting it on. Normally I would test it before I put the screws in, but if it doesn't work, there's nothing much I can do except replace the actual switches with some kind of weird mod, which would require soldering and will not happen on this channel, because I never solder on a channel because, well, I don't have the setup for it. The smoke would rise up and it would touch the camera and ruin it. That's what I always feel. And I like to have a lot of ventilation and fans and windows going and craziness and face masks and glasses and everything, because I don't want to get any fumes. Even though it's not too bad, it's just I don't like want to get any fumes at all anywhere. So one of those screws has got a bit of rust on it, which is a bit strange. So the very last one. Yeah, so there's no. I probably paid a bit too much for this. I probably could have got it for cheaper than I did. I paid a bit of money for this. There's actually for sale one of these era things, a slightly older one, it's still in its original packaging with plastic wrapping and everything. And it's like, oh, I kind of want to buy that. But then I'm like, oh, well, it's not. It's like, well, that would have to be an investment thing. And it'd be kind of sad because it looks like a fun game. But I'm never going to take it out of the plastic and thing. I had some games once for an Atari 8-bit computer. Got about 3 of them, and they hadn't been taken out of their box. And I sat on it for years going, well, you can't take them. They can't take them out of their plastic wrap. They're brand new from this thing. They're going to be worth lots of money one day. But then I gave up one day and I was like, oh, I want to play the games. So I took them out of the plastic wrapping. Though they are essentially still brand new, right? It's not like the end of the world. Oh, this thing's hard to push in. Alright, let's try this. So, this is the direction that doesn't work. So we'll turn it on without the sound because the sound's a bit crazy. Except the switch doesn't work. No, it doesn't work at all. Nicely. Well, that's actually kind of what happened the first time I tried this. I put the batteries in and it didn't work. And then I had to sort of like play around with them again before they did work. So one of these batteries is a bit dodge perhaps, or one of the connectors is a bit dodge. But hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh no. Okay. So it has another problem, and that something isn't very well connected in the back. Yes. Alright, so here we go. Hey, it works! That was pretty easy. Finally, an electronics repair video that actually didn't go and turn into a disaster. So, yes, the left and right button works, but there's something wrong with this and it keeps cutting out. But that's a problem for another day. I think it's probably just a loose connection or something needs a bit of extra solder. Thanks for watching. This is the Twinvader 3 by, I have no idea what company. It doesn't really say. By Hanzawa Corporation. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, I should probably play it properly, shouldn't I? Alright, let's just do one game. We'll go upside down. Oh, I guess I got shot. Okay. One thing I like about this one is that a lot of these games from this era, especially the Tomy and Grandstand ones and the Epoch ones, they have this thing where they can't make sounds and have the display at the same time. And so they're always blanking out. And it drives me crazy. I'm not very good at this upside down. Look, I get 9 points. That was so rubbish. How do you restart this game? Reset. Alright. One last game. I got to level 1 last time. Without even moving right. Now that I can move right, it feels kind of like... How do those contacts even get dirty when you think about it? It's like... There's dust slowly creeping on the side, I suppose. Because it's not like you're touching them with your greasy fingers. Here we go, I got to level 1. So, I'm a pro at this game. Oh, I died. Okay. Get me back in the game, alright. You shoot fast, don't you? Look at that. Whee! I thought it was actually quite good, this one. Like, I've seen some pretty terrible ones of these things. And this one's got a nice bright display still. So, I gotta get to level 2. Oh, come on, just go. Gotcha. What does a +2 mean? +2. Alright, it doesn't actually have it. You can see that it's got 1, 2, 4, and 8. There's the numbers that are on the display. So you don't really go up. I don't know what those numbers actually mean. Maybe that's... I don't know. 1 + 2. So that's 3. Oh, I got it. So it can't... You can have like 16, 15 different levels. It's teaching you binary. That's neat. So if I go... Oh. If I made it to the next level, I would have got 4, and then it would be 1 + 4, and then it would be 2 + 4, and then it would be 1 + 2 + 4, and so on, and so on, and so on. So, thanks for watching. Bye.